Friday evening. My buddies, Oliver, Dan, Martin, and I decided to go for a hike on the trail called the Samson Trail. That wasn't too far from my house. It was a very cool it was very cool out and cloudy for a Friday evening. We were halfway on the trail when my friend Oliver pointed at the woods. There was a little path there. We all stood in our tracks and looked at the path then each other. You think we should take this path? I asked. I'm sure it's just a shortcut, Oliver said. The four of us started walking the path that was in the woods. Wait, I called out. My friend stopped and looked at me. Shouldn't we have a marker or an object of some kind so we could find our way back? I suggested. Oliver remembered he had his lantern with him. He turned it on and put his lantern right beside the rock at the entrance of the path. We continued walking the path that was in the woods. Then we heard something that made us all jump. It sounded like a twig being stepped on. You don't think someone else is here, right? Oliver asked. I doubt it, I said. I don't think anyone has ever been on this path, or at least not recently. I assured everyone that everything was okay and it was just probably an animal. We continued walking along the path. Then I noticed Oliver started to feel uneasy. Then I saw him looking to his right. Oliver? I asked. He looked at me and then went back to what he saw. Dan and Martin stopped as well, and they both came over. I see something, over there, between those trees. I can't tell what it is, though, Oliver said. You're just imagining things, Dan said. No, I'm not. It's right over. There was a long pause before Oliver finished his sentence, but now Oliver noticed what he saw was gone. The four of them continued walking. They were walking halfway in the woods when all of a sudden they heard a cracking sound that made the four of them jump. What was that? Oliver asked. I don't know, but guys, look to your left, I yelled. The shadowy figure that Oliver saw was back, and it had red glowing eyes. They couldn't tell if it was an animal or a human, but the four of them started to run. They started to head back to the entrance, but then they stopped as they couldn't find the entrance. Oliver, where is your lantern? I asked. Right beside the rock where I put it, he said. Well, it's gone, I said. It can't be, he said. I surely put it beside the rock. Oliver went over to the rock, and he was shocked. It's gone, he said, my lantern. Everywhere was now in complete darkness. Great, we're lost now, Oliver said. How will we find our way out? I remember I had my flashlight with me. I took it out of my pocket and I turned it on. I was shining it all over the woods in our path to find our path. We all suddenly jumped in fear when we heard this weird loud sound. It was either a screeching sound or a screaming sound. But it was the most weird yet disturbing sound we have ever heard. I continued shining my flashlight, then I saw something that made me smile. I found it. I found the path we entered in, I said. We all ran out of there as quickly as we could and back onto the trail. It was nighttime. Sky was clear and the moon and stars were out. I looked at my cell phone and it said it was 10:30 p.m. We all decided to head home and call it a night. It was around 4 o'clock in the morning when I was awoken to police sirens. I looked out my window and I saw the lights from the police cars were flashing red and blue, and it looked like it was parked at the trail we were at. Then an emergency alert went off, saying there was a dangerous human in the woods near the Samson Trail and advised everyone to stay away until everything was clear. I went back to bed wondering what that person could have been doing there. And did they take Oliver's lantern? I don't want to imagine what would have happened if I didn't find the path by using my flashlight. But all I can say is I'm glad we made it out of there without any harm.